Welcome everyone. Myself Ria, pursuing my BE from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today, I will be giving a presentation on the subject operating system, and we would be dealing with the following topics, that is the introduction, goals of protection, principle of protection, domain of protection, and finally access matrix. So, what is an operating system? It can be defined as an interface between the user and the hardware. It is responsible for the execution of all the processes, resource allocation, CPU management, file management, and many other tasks. The main purpose of an operating system is to provide an environment in which a user can execute programs in a convenient and efficient manner. Goals of protection. Confidentiality, ensuring that sensitive information remains private and accessible only to authorized users. This involves controlling access to files, memory, and other resources. Integrity, maintaining the correctness and consistency of data. Protection mechanism prevent unauthorized modification to critical system files and user data. Availability, ensuring that essential services and resources are available when needed. Protection mechanism prevent denial of service attacks and unauthorized shutdowns. Authentication, verifying the identity of users and processes. Authentication prevents unauthorized entities from gaining access to the system. Authorization, determining what actions a user or process is allowed to perform. Need of protection. It is to ensure data safety, process, program, and safety against illegal user access or even program access. We need protection. It is to ensure that programs, resources, and data are accessed only according to the system's policies. It also ensures that there are no access rights breach, no unauthorized access to the existing data, no virus or bots. There can be security threats such as unauthorized reading, writing, modification, or preventing the system to work properly for the authorized users themselves. Principle of protection. Author authentication. User must authenticate themselves, example, using usernames and password before accessing the system. Access control. It is used to determine which users or process can access specific resources. Encryption. Sensitive data is encrypted to prevent unauthorized access. Firewall monitors and controls network traffic based on predefined rules. Antivirus software. It protects against viruses and malware. System updates. Regular updates and patches to prevent known vulnerabilities. By implementing these mechanisms, an operating system ensures overall security and prevents unauthorized access. Moving on to domain of protection. The domain of protection defines a set of resources controlled by a specific protection mechanism. It encompasses objects and their associated operations. Each domain consists of a set of objects and the allowed operations on them. Domains can represent processes, procedures, or users. Overlapping domains occur when objects share common operations. Next, association between process and domain. Processes switch from one domain to other when they have the access right to do so. It can be of two types, such as fixed or changing. In fixed association, all the access rights can be given to the processes at the very beginning, but that give rise to a lot of access rights for the domain switching. So a way of changing the contents of the domain are found dynamically, changing or dynamic. In dynamic association, where a process can switch dynamically, creating a new domain in the process if needed. Security authentication, one-time passwords. It is a way that is unique at every instance of login by the user. It is a pair of passwords combined to give the user access. The system generates a random number by an algorithm and through common functions. Encrypted passwords. It is a way to authenticate access. Encrypted data is passed over the network, which does the transfer and checking of the passwords that help in the data passage without interruption. Next is cryptography. It is another method of ensuring that data transfer over a network is not available to the unauthorized users. This helps in transfer of data with full protection. It protects the data by introducing the concept of a key. A key is very important here. When a user sends the data, it encodes it using a computer processing the key, and the receiver also has to decode the data using the same very key. Next is access matrix in operating system. Access matrix is a security model of protection state in computer system. It is represented as a matrix. Access matrix is used to define the rights of each process executing in the domain with respect to each object. The rows of matrix represents domain and the column represents the objects. Each cell of matrix represents set of access rights which are given to the process of domain, which mean each entry that is I, G defines the set of operation that a process executing in the domain di and can invoke an object oj. Different type of rights are read, write, execute, and print. Read, it is a right given to a process in a domain which allows it to read the file. Write, it is a process in domain which can write into the file. Execute, process in domain which can execute the file. Print, process in domain only has access to the printer. The mechanism, access matrix policies involve deciding which rights should be involved in each cell. The operating system determines the domain in which each process executes. User-defined access matrix entries. The association between domains and process can be static or dynamic. Switch operation. When switching a process from one domain to another, a switch operation occurs on an object, and the domains can switch if the I, J entry includes a switch right. That's all with my presentation. Do like, share, and subscribe.